Here I am in the British Museum looking at Iraqi traditional relics which seem to have been brought over in 1850. But they're in fact from Nivian 704 to 681 BC. So here are these incredible sculptures, and I've got the artist and ambassador for peace. Aziz, here we are in the British Museum looking at Assyrian sculptured wall from the ancient temple. They must have brought this in with a boat in early 19th hundred. What do you think of?
I feel that I'm back to Iraq now when I see these. At the same time, I feel happy to be here and feel sad because they've been brought from Iraq to the museum.
Because some of these old, yeah, they're supposed to stay there.
This is their homeland. I mean, they are refugees now. I mean, they are.
This is refugee art.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good name for it, isn't it? Refugee art sculptures. So, do you think some of the justification for the old archaeologists is that the people wouldn't have protected it there? But that's not true, is it? I mean,
I think it could be better to keep it in the country and then.
Because we walk up here, because there's a huge amount of this temple from Assyria, isn't there?
Yeah.
So you think they should have kept it there and looked after it? Would you join these Aboriginal campaigns to take these sacred relics back to Iraq, as American natives, Aboriginals have come over and asked the Queen to take it back? Would you like to see all this taken home to Iraq? And
I think that could be a good idea.
Once they stop bombing and stealing your oil. But today, though, I had tea with a lady from Basra, and she said she likes to live in South London, that women have more freedom in London than in Basra. So do you think this is true? That women...
Well, I agree in one sense, because the country is still in a big chaos. And that's why people, they keep running away from the country.
Let's walk. It's very noisy. Quickly walk through this bit. I can't work out how they got these huge great lion guardians on these bloody great big ships. How would they have done it, these old big cargo ships?
Yeah,
and brought them home in one piece, for God's sake. What an extraordinary thing to do, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So where would they, and it's quite rough at sea, so would they have come up the Suez Canal? Or they would have come up that way from Iraq, or from the Red Sea and round that way, or which way would the ships come?
I think Suez Canal.
Suez Canal. So these are refugee.
They don't want to bring it from anywhere, just to.
Look, these huge great black, and that's not a replica. That is the actual piece of. Do you think it's a replica, or is it the actual piece? See what it says. Azarian from Nimrod, Northwest Palace. This group of panels shows scenes which alternate along the wall. How do you think the king would feel, the king of Nimrod, if he knew that his whole historical memorial palace had been taken to a foreign country, island, museum?
He won't be happy.
He wouldn't be happy. So is there an artist? Is there an artist peace movement in Middle East, Iraqi artists, to bring take these.
Well, we have,
Huh?
but we don't have so many. I mean, it's a shame.
Do you have a museum in Basra and
In Baghdad, we have
Baghdad? And that wasn't bombed, didn't it? Was it bombed? Nearly bombed.
Been stolen, most of the pieces.
By the American or by the...
No, by I don't know by whom, but
Over the century?
no, it's after the invasion, immediately.
Oh, you mean in 202?
203.
203?
Yeah. Some
Look at this guy. Now what would he have to say if he could talk? Do you think he wants to go back to Iraq and look after his...
I believe so.
So what's the solution on world peace and respecting each other's history and families and culture? And do you think there's any hope in our lifetime?
Well, they just talking about, but it's not.
The Americans just took it.
It's not. Nothing is.
Not the nice
done.
Americans or the nice Iraqis. If you could get all the good people together, they wouldn't do it, would they? It's these. There seems to be a migrant group of thieves that go pillaging each other's culture, like ants or wasps.
Absolutely.
So what should we do? How do we stop that type of human being? Well, would you consider as an ambassador for peace meeting the Queen and discussing sending the art home?
Will be amazing to talk to the Queen about it.
Well, you could write her a letter, couldn't you? Or Prince Charles. And discuss it, world peace, world disarmament, making peace in the Middle East and putting all the museums in order.
I think the Queen and Prince Charles will appreciate such a letter if somebody will send. I will send a letter.
Now this door, how do you think they got this door? It must have been a huge cargo ship.
Yes.
Because my grandfather was an architect who helped design the Suez Canal. So in his lifetime, I wonder, would they have done it in about 1920? They found it in 1850, so when would they have brought it back? There's this piece and this piece. Incredible faces, aren't they? Well, this is Mama Purple talking to Aziz, the artist from Iraq, and calling upon more respect between museums, people, families and artists, and put everything into some kind of traditional. I mean, they've protected it in one level because it's still here.
Yes, absolutely. That's why
but you can't, in one hand, go and bomb an area and then protect it. That's what I don't understand. Aziz is, as a mom and artist and filmmaker, that they protect some people and bomb something. So it has to be more international mediation.
Well, that's why I said I feel happy in one hand.
That it's still here.
It's
a miracle it's still here. But on the other hand, it should be in a Basra or Baghdad. But then if people are going to go in there and
encourage more people to visit the country and make it more.
So we should go back to tourism. Forget the war and well, if you're in London, do visit the British Museum and come and look at the war in Iraq exhibition and all the ancient Azarian that was in April 203. The Iraqi Museum in Baghdad was attacked by looters and an estimated 10,000 ancient artifacts are still missing today. So if you know where these artifacts are, would you like to bring them back, please? And give them back. Put everything back in order. So this is Mama Purple wishing for ceasefire and all stolen goods to be given back.